We all want to look good, especially us women, right? But when it comes to cleanliness and sanitary conditions at nail salons, how do you really know? Could your health be at risk? Elise Coulter investigates.
I come with my friend. He said this is where she comes, and we've been coming here ever since, every 2 weeks.
Shannon Waldron and her friend get their nails done religiously and only want the best.
We never leave here disappointed.
But how do you know that all you're leaving with is freshly painted nails?
You always hear about stuff on the news about, them not cleaning their equipment right and people ending up with nail diseases.
Which is exactly why we followed an Ohio State Board of Cosmetology inspector for annual salon inspections.
I'm Joanne with State Board, and this is Shauna.
First on the list, New York Nail and Tan in Beaver Creek.
The main thing that we look for is the license when we first walk in.
Once those are in order, we then followed them around as they looked for any sanitary violations.
For manicuring licenses, it's really important that they know the proper ways to sanitize each of their implements and disinfect. They throw away anything that's porous so that they would not reuse files, buffers.
How do you make sure that they're doing that?
It's a matter of asking questions, basically, and following through, making sure that they're educated so that they know what they're supposed to be doing.
After going through drawers and checking the pedicure tubs to make sure they're clean, the inspector gave this salon an A+.
There were no violations.
A relief to Waldron.
I feel like they take really good care of it. I mean, I've never noticed anything that made me uncomfortable at all.
But that's not always the case. Just down the street, we discovered a very different situation at LA Nails in Dayton. Once they let us in, the inspectors made sure the licenses were up to date and then started searching in the drawers.
Can you tell if this has been used before?
Yes.
How can you tell?
On the markings. Like it would be more dark. Like that, it wouldn't have the markings on there.
We uncovered nail files and buffers that look like they've been used several times before.
So they're not supposed to reuse them?
You can't reuse them, no.
But it only got worse. Once in the back room, we discovered they had no disinfectant at the salon at all.
So right now you're not disinfecting or cleaning your implements at all? Like your nippers, your files?
Yeah, we check on about Saturday.
But that was 5 days ago. And according to the inspector, the salon is supposed to carry barbicide or bleach at all times. Instead, they were using Lysol spray in the pedicure tubs and alcohol on their instruments.
Alcohol is not a disinfectant, so you would have to use a disinfectant on each implement you use on a client.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So alcohol wouldn't be a disinfectant.
After a few hours in the salon, the inspector spoke with the manager about the several violations.
Like I was saying, it will be under the violation for no wet sanitizer. They will receive a letter from our office. All violations are returned to the office, and the office takes them before our board members, and the board members decide what to do from there, whether they're to be fined or whether they're to be warned.
After signing the violations, we tried to speak with the owner, but he didn't want to go on camera. But we wanted to know from the inspector if it's fair to keep the salon open after so many sanitation violations.
In an extreme situation, I think it would probably be unfair to the public, but in this situation, it would be fair.
But a sanitary issue would not be an extreme.
It could lead to an extreme situation, depending on the circumstances, but that's hopefully what we follow through with, and they've corrected it by the time we get there.
And if this isn't corrected, we're told the salon is fined $500 for each violation. And if it's not corrected, they're fined again. And then at that point, it's up to the board to take legal action to close down the salon.
It's illegal steps that you have to take to go through. They have so many chances to get it corrected. Once it's corrected, then they start fresh.
But would this salon start fresh with its customers? We caught up with Brandy Kincaid as she was walking into the salon and asked what she thought about the recent violations.
They ran out of disinfectant completely. Going here, how does that make you feel?
Uncomfortable. Just wondering, is it really sanitary? Is it safe? It can cause funguses, I know that, but if you don't use sanitary equipment.
She tells us she's a diabetic and unclean tools can be harmful to her health.
Makes me not want to come here so much, but it's convenient. It's like right by my house.
But is the convenience worth it to Kincaid?
Are you going to keep coming here, you think?
Yeah, I will.
Elise Coulter, Fox 45 News.
Now, the first salon we told you about, Elite Nails, received 2 violations back in 2011, one for an unlicensed employee and one for an unsanitary pedicure tub.